Hey, good afternoon everyone, and greetings from Charleston, South Carolina. In this video, we're going to show you all the things to do here in Charleston, South Carolina. From the aquarium, to the gardens, to the market, to food and beverage, and of course the occasional adult beverage as well. I go by the legend, that is my wonderful girlfriend Molly, and these are the things to do in Charleston, South Carolina. For an interesting way to see this city, check out this horse-drawn carriage tour. One of the main attractions here in town is the city market, which is in this building here. Originally opened in 1807, so it is over 200 years old. Still looking pretty good. Let's go check it out. And the market's pretty cool, and part of it's air conditioned, which is wonderful. You can buy anything from art to soaps to souvenirs. Definitely worth the stop. Now that pineapple fountain we showed you in the intro, that is at Joe Riley Waterfront Park, which you have a really nice view of the water, and it's shady. Very pleasant. Another popular tourist stop here in Charleston is Rainbow Row, which is this collection of painted houses. Feels like Charleston's answer to the kind of the Full House houses. Right now we're coming at you from the Battery, which is the famous seawall here. Actually, is a National Historic Landmark, and it's also famous as it's got tons of these Southern antebellum style mansions right next to it. And some of these houses are really wild looking. Like, that totally looks like it could be a haunted house. Definitely somewhere you want to come stroll by, see the water, see the houses. Now, if you're a big war history buff, something you might want to check out while you're here is Fort Sumter National Monument. You take a ferry from right near the aquarium here in Charleston to get over towards the fort, then you go on a tour of the fort. Not something we're going to check out today. It is actually rather expensive. You pay about $30 for the ferry per person, and then $10 to get in, so a little on the expensive side, but if you're a history buff, it's probably worth it. A famous landmark for natural beauty here in Charleston is the Angel Oak Tree. It's located in a park, and it is a really wild, almost like fantastical looking tree. Free to come in here. It is operating only certain hours, so be sure to check that on their website. But worth a stop. It's quite the sight. One of the top attractions in Charleston is the South Carolina Aquarium, which is a pretty nice aquarium. Not the biggest aquarium you'll ever find. We saw the whole thing in probably like an hour and 15 minutes, but everything in there was really good quality stuff. A lot of it does focus on the marine life that can be found in South Carolina, and some of the tanks that are really, really good. The giant ocean tank was wonderful.
Massive. Yeah,
like 40 feet tall, sea turtles, sharks, all kinds of fish. They had a really great otter exhibit. I love North American river otters, and they had a whole bunch of them playing around. And then something I love, they had a sea turtle rescue that rehabs and rehabilitates all different types of sea turtles. And you got to see, and it was presented really well. We got to learn about each turtle, its history, its treatments, and I thought that was a great thing that they're doing, and a really great way of presenting it.
Yeah, I loved how they updated it.
Yeah. Now, it's not the most cheap attraction. The aquarium does cost you about $30, and we were only there for an hour and 15 minutes, so it might not be the best value attraction in town, but it was really neat. Now, one place you probably want to see in Charleston is King Street, which is kind of like their main street here in town. There's all sorts of stuff in here. There is shopping, bars, restaurants, cookies, ice cream, and more, and it's rather quaint. Right by the market is Bird's Famous Cookies. These are in a couple different tourism destinations. We have them in Gatlinburg a couple times, and they're really good. Definitely stop by because there are free samples. There's no shortage of places to stay here in Charleston, but they have so many of these adorable, like, small inns and bed and breakfasts that are just really, really cute. The architecture in town here is really cool. Check out the Riviera Theater. You got the old-timey glowing marquee on it, the big face up top. Now, if you're into art, there is a whole bunch of different art galleries where you can go in and buy stuff. This one's really neat, which doors, having pictures of doors on it. Marion Square is a park off of King Street. Has to show this off because they've got this wonderful fountain with sculptures of some of the native wildlife, including the North American river otter there. There's turtles and cranes and foxes. Very cute. Not too far from the aquarium, you do have a wonderful park area. Look at those swinging benches. And then I love the fountain. found was really cool, like seagull sculpture. And there's a new museum coming soon. The International African American Museum, opening in 2022. The park's also home to a nautically themed playground, and I love the octopus.
In a ship's shape.
Yeah.
A boat.
So in this next portion of the video, we're going to show off all the food we had while we're here in Charleston, starting off with breakfast time at Callie's Hot Little Biscuit. All right, so here's our food. We went for a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit sandwich, and then a 3-biscuit sampler. The 3 biscuits we got were chive and cheddar, blackberry, and black pepper bacon. It does look really good. These 2 entrees and a tip ran us about $17. I also like the restaurant does a late night hours on Friday and Saturday night, because it's mostly open just for breakfast and lunch. Fridays and Saturdays, it reopens from 10 p.m. till 2 a.m.
Drunk food.
Not gonna say no to a wonderful chocolate chip cookie building. This is Annie O'Love's Cafe of Sweet Abundance. What a wonderful name. So they have probably about 10 or 15 different types of cookies. We went with the life-changing chocolate chunk. I do like the sticker they put on the bag. All right, so some information about the Cafe of Sweet Abundance. It is a gluten-free vegan establishment. The cookie was about $4.50, and it wasn't for me. I definitely prefer my chocolate chip cookies, both, hot, melt in your mouth, no seeds in it.
And gluten.
Yeah. I mean, this would be great if you're Daniel Bryan, but I don't much care for it. It is lunchtime here, so we're going to Big Billy's Burger Joint. Molly, you found this one.
Yes.
For an appetizer, we got the pimento cheese dip, which has chicken, pimento cheese, and hot sauce in it. We went the mac and cheese burger, which looks good. There's queso on top, deep fried mac and cheese bites, bacon, cheddar, served with tater tots. Also, the dip is just fantastic. Right now, we are in Middleton Place, which is a National Historic Landmark. It's known as America's first landscape gardens and opened all the way back in 1741. Cost $29 to get in here. We're going to show you some of the highlights. Love the beautiful swans.
Yeah.
So the gardens, as one would expect, are very, very pretty. I like it a lot. It does feel like you're walking through like a movie set. It is really well done. I like the statue at the end as well, giving you something to look at way down the treed path. This area is called the Secret Garden with some statues in it. Molly and I did come to visit here right when the park opened at 9 a.m., which I do recommend because then you get the best pictures, you don't have to worry about the heat, and it's peaceful. End up in more of a swampland type area now. Here's a better view of that swampland. And with this being the south and it being a swamp, no surprise, look who's in there. Super zoom to the fullest. There is an alligator just hanging out. It looks like I've seen a couple of them in here in the couple minutes I've been watching. So just, keep in mind, be careful. And jumping fish. Hope I got that on camera. And with this being a really old garden, you get some really old trees. Like, look at this thing that you have to kind of walk underneath on the tour.
Stairs for staircases and up to wagons. All of it was done by enslaved.
There's also a sleepy cat. With there being a farm section, you do have some beautiful, beautiful horses. There's also some cool looking goats and apparently a rooster. Also got some cool free roaming birds. Like, look at those chickens. And then you've got ducks and are these guys quails?
Yeah,
or like
I think so.
Small turkeys?
I think quails.
And they've got sheep and a little baby sheep.
Keep it on you? No little splash.
They've got tons of sheep. Look at sheep
Callie's
boys.
is the cutest.
Get right up close with some cows enjoying a meal here. Not an animal I was expecting to see here at the farm. These guys are water buffalo, and they were actually here since I think the 1800s. They were brought in to work the rice fields.
And they're coming over.
And apparently he's coming over to say hello.
Oh.
Which is kind of frightening because these are very large animals. Very large animals. I'm probably gonna have to back up.
Watch your foot.
Murr.
Hi.
You're pretty cute. More stunningly beautiful views. There is another alligator swimming across the lagoon over there. Use the super zoom on the alligator there. That is a good sized alligator. Now I'm not really sure how you get over here, but if you're doing some water sports and boating while here in Charleston, definitely come by here. The views are awesome. Probably see an alligator or two. And that'll do it for our time at Middleton Place. Couple of information, it does cost $29 to get in. You can go on a tour of the House Museum, and that's gonna be an additional charge of about $15. We were here for about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. I really enjoyed it. I loved that it was kind of like 4 attractions in one. You had the beautiful gardens, you had the living museum, you had the farm, and you had the swamp with all the alligators.
Yes.
I'm not normally one for botanical gardens, but I thought this was really neat, beautiful, and I would definitely recommend checking this out. So one of our favorite things to do while on vacation is have the occasional adult beverage. This next section of the video here, we're going to focus on all the places to drink that we drank at in Charleston, starting here at the Firefly Distillery. Yowie wowie. And with being the distillery, you come see the different stills and the big holding barrels and where they box up all the booze. So if you've seen some of our videos before, it'll be no surprise that we really enjoyed the Firefly Distillery experience. For $10, you get 6 samples during the tasting and then 1 bonus sample, so 7 samples. You also get a shot glass for your $10. And then their flavors are really, really good. They do moonshine, vodka, whiskey, dessert liqueurs. We bought 3 bottles ourselves. Apple pie moonshine, which is classic. They do a really good one. A strawberry moonshine, which you don't see a lot. Like we love going up to Gatlinburg. I don't know if I've seen maybe 1 or 2 of them do a strawberry. And then what I think was their best product was this dessert liqueur, a chocolate pecan pie. Really tasty stuff. I would definitely recommend coming and checking this place out. And the grounds and the facility is just, it's beautiful. So one thing I absolutely love are tiki bars here in Charleston. The closest thing they've got is Caroline's Aloha Bar for burgers and cocktails. While definitely not the most tiki bar you'll find anywhere, I was still able to get a zombie. Molly actually got a nice craft beer, but they do have your traditional tiki cocktails as well, Mai Tais, painkillers. And then we got Hawaiian cheese balls, which are Hawaiian rolls covered in cheese. And that sounds like a great thing. Time for a couple of drinks, and we're at Blind Tiger, which started as a bar all the way back in 1893. Charleston's an old town, and you definitely feel it here. But they got a great modern craft beer selection. They do flights where you get 4 mini beers for $10. Molly, which one was your favorite?
The ship's cider.
Yeah, like Ship Life cider. It was really good. I like the Pog IPA from Scopa, and we're having some Parmesan frites. They're only like $4, and they are delicious. So right now we're at Munkel Brewing Company, which is a craft brewery that specializes in only Belgian beer, which is really unique. I go to craft breweries all the time. I don't think I've ever seen something like this, and it's really good. We've had 6 short pours. They do short pours or long pours, and I've enjoyed everything. I will say the triples are my favorite. I like the 3rd floor triple, or the bread is on the 3rd floor triple, and it's a really cool spot. They've got barrels of beer aging sitting right next to you, and then this thing on the wall.
That thing.
Yeah, but really cool, very unique for a craft brewery. It is time for more craft beer, and now we're at Edmunds Oast Brewing Company. So quite enjoyed the Edmunds Oast Brewery. The flavors they had were really good. We actually stayed here long enough to get 3 different flights, but our favorite was absolutely the strawberry shortcake beer. But if you're looking for a brewery with wild flavors, definitely come check this one out. Also, the chicken wings were fantastic. Right across the street from the Firefly Distillery is Holy City Brewing, which beautiful mural on the entrance here. Let's go try some craft beer. The Holy City Brewing Company is pretty nice. They gave us stickers when we came in. We got a pretzel with beer cheese and then IPA mustard. They got a sampling flight. They got a giant beer list too. Like there's so many beers in here. I think from round one, our favorite was definitely the Radcliffe, which is their kind of a fruity IPA. But it's a really neat facility, and you get to like look into their canning line. And they do specials every day of the week. Sometimes there's live entertainment. Solid stuff. This next one should be very different, something I've never had before. We're at Hard Scoop Distillery, which specializes in alcoholic ice cream. So here are the different products they offer. They do free tastings, and it's very interesting. It's very different. It tastes great. We're gonna stay here in Charleston. We're at the Days Inn in the historical district, and it's pretty nice. It's kind of like a no-frills hotel.
Yeah.
The beds were very comfy. But the best part about this hotel is its location. We are right across the street from the market, and you're within walking distance to all the sites here in the historical district. So it's pretty nice. Did run us about $118, and then there's a $20 fee to park your car. So not the cheapest hotel we ever stay in, but the bed was comfy, and I like the Charleston artwork on the walls. Well, not operating at the moment, I think Molly and I's favorite thing to do here in Charleston would be go on a cruise. Carnival Cruise Line launches out of Charleston on the Carnival Sunshine, which looks like a pretty nice ship.
Yeah.
And that'll do it for our time in Charleston, South Carolina. I've never been there before, and I had a really nice time. We were there for
Really fun.
Yeah, we were there for a little over 24 hours. We get to see and do so many things. And of course, we didn't get to see and do everything. We missed out on some of the history stuff. We didn't go to the beach. Now, Molly, out of everything we did, what was your favorite attraction?
Oh, I really loved the Middleton Place Gardens. It was gorgeous. It was massive. I did not expect to spend 2 hours there wandering through, and I loved how there was different portions, the animals, the gardens, the house.
Water buffalo.
The water buffalo.
I would agree with you. That was probably my favorite attraction as well. Now, food is one of your favorite parts of traveling. What was your favorite thing we ate?
Oh, that Hawaiian rolls.
The Hawaiian cheese balls.
Yeah, at Caroline's Aloha Bar.
For me, I think it was that burger. I really like that deep fried mac and cheese burger.
It was really good.
Now, drinks, also something I really enjoy. My favorite thing I had to drink was actually a hard spirit from the Firefly Distillery, that chocolate pecan dessert liqueur.
We bought a bottle.
We did.
I liked the strawberry shortcake.
Beer.
Beer was really, really good.
All right, and that'll do it for our time in Charleston. If you're heading to Charleston, you'll probably have a good time. If you have any questions or comments, let us know in the comment section below. Also, be sure to follow us on the various social medias. As we always, before we go to a town, we normally ask you guys for advice on what's the best thing to see, do, eat, and drink. So check us out on there, and thank you very much for watching this video.